be pinching the record button. Yes.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Terry. Kelly Guest.
And Terry Knight.
Live at the loft, we might add.
Yes.
It's a beautiful day, freezing cold, but I had kind of a rough night last night.
Do tell.
Well, all from the privacy of my recliner, I almost started a complete and total scandal, so to speak. New to Facebook last couple of weeks, and a friend of mine recently posted some pictures of a conference where he was. And I was looking, and I saw a person on stage in front of many, many people wearing something that surprised me for a business event, to say the least. And this surprising ensemble, if you will, was not entirely covering things that should be covered at a business event. And so I looked at a couple of different angles. Yep, things are definitely not where they're supposed to be. Right.
I think we all understand what that means.
And I made a comment on the album, and I clicked wall to wall, thinking that this would just be between my friend and me. And I made my remark.
Oh no.
Which was the type of thing that you would say to somebody in private, and very snarky. In fact, I said, I'm reserving my snarky remarks, but, and out it came and up it went. And about 10 minutes later, when I was moving about the site, I realized that I put this up on the public thing. Now, my blood ran cold, literally, because you get notifications, and anybody that can see.
Oh, you can read everything.
Yeah, and
oh no!
It was like the mic being on the air or something. Yeah. I mean, I froze. And even my husband from across the room, over the top of the newspaper, I got the raised eyebrow. He's like, "What's the matter?" I went, "Nothing, nothing."
I didn't do a thing.
And I frantically am emailing and texting all at once, because I know he was out. I knew he was out dancing last night, actually. And I said, "Help, help, help! Need Facebook help." And I even was texting a 22-year-old friend of mine, because you know how those little whippersnappers are, they know everything. And between the three of us, and through them laughing hysterically and threatening not to do it, and to add friends just so that they could read my remark, which they both thought was pretty funny, actually, they got it down. But
how did they do it?
I'm not sure.
I need to know this.
I'm not entirely sure. I think you can delete something that somebody else has written on your wall, so the owner of the wall can go in there. So Kelly learned a huge lesson last night about this social networking stuff. And honestly, I do feel bad, because
you don't want to hurt people's feelings,
and it would have.
Make them
It would have been. It was rotten. It was rotten, but it's something you can get away with having coffee with your friend.
Right.
That you would never want out of there. And so, boy, am I ever going to be careful. So the lesson is either A, keep your snarky remarks to yourself, which is not going to happen as far as I'm concerned, but you send an email or you send the private message.
Yes, yes. Well, that's the whole discussion we were having about social networks and what can happen. And there's also something on your email that if you accidentally send an email to everyone.
Is this premature sendulation?
This is premature sendulation, and everybody I responded to. But there's some company.
Reply all.
Yes.
I hate reply all.
Oh.
I hate it.
Well, there's apparently something that you can do, I think you buy it, where it goes through a filter first and then goes out. So you can actually stop it. If you accidentally hit reply all, there's a way that you can do that, and I'm sorry I don't have that information. We'll have to get back.
We will.
Yes.
Okay, and that's really funny, because would you have paid any amount of money? Has there been a time in your life where you have said something either to someone's face or in a public forum that you would pay almost any amount of money to take back? Yeah. So I'm thinking whoever came up with that one was a good idea. Well, and it's funny. I'm not surprised that something like that is out there. I love human innovation, but the thing that always makes me laugh about Outlook, which is the email that most of us use through Microsoft on your computer. Have you ever gotten an email at work that goes out to everybody that shouldn't have? And this happened more than once from say the administrative assistants of the bigwigs. They would send something out that they shouldn't have, and then you get this thing that said, so-and-so would like to recall this message, and it's like, recall away, but I already read it. Sorry, I mean, yeah, here you go.
It's kind of like sitting in a courtroom and somebody blurts something out and the judge says, disregard that.
Right. So, yeah. And you've heard there's been a lot of stories in the news recently about people, young people needing to be careful about what photos they post of themselves, people getting busted for underage drinking, but how it can affect you in the future because you can get Googled and they can look at it.
Employers do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting. So it opens up our lives to all these different things, which in a lot of ways is really cool. In other ways, not so much. So it's a good way to be a little bit more careful.
I'm putting myself on Facebook restriction for a couple of days.
All right then.
No master kill.
All right. Well, something else that I find kind of interesting is I was reading this article. Okra pickle. Do tell about okra pickles. I come in today, and she says, "Would you like an okra pickle?"
I said, I'm feeling a bit peckish.
I'm having coffee.
I'm feeling a bit peckish, and I wanted a little snack, and it's rude to not offer, correct? Right? See, now after I just did this horrible faux pas on Facebook last night, I'm brushing up on my Emily Post stuff, I'm trying to make up to the manners gods. And so I offered Terry an okra pickle, and what did she say? I'm good.
Yeah, thanks.
And I don't know if you've ever had these, but I eat stuff like this because I'll never forget.
Because you're weird.
They're really good. By the way, I had lost these. My mom used to buy them when I was a little kid, and I hadn't seen them.
She's from California.
Well, I hadn't seen. These are from Texas, I'll have you know. I hadn't seen them in years. And I saw them at Walmart, and I was so excited. I bought like 6 jars. Stocking up on the okra pickles. But the reason why I eat weird stuff like this, years ago there was a celebrity diet doctor, and all these big names were seeing him. And one of the quotes was, if you're trying to munch or you need to munch, anything green, even a pickle, is better than something like, carbs or something processed. So if you have to, and 2 of them are only 5 calories. Are you sure you don't want me to? Are you sure?
I'm good.
Really good.
I don't think they go with coffee.
Not so much. Anyway, I'm sorry. I threw you off your dick.
That's okay. So, talking about subliminal advertising.
I asked you loud and proud if you wanted an okra pickle. There was nothing subliminal about it. Nothing.
Okay.
I really appreciate your attempt at a smooth segue there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I went phew.
Go ahead.